Hello, Aries. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Aries, we're going to do an energy check-in this week. We're going to look at your energy and energy outside of you and what these two energies are creating. And I'm going to use, actually, I used it a couple weeks ago. I'm going to use it again. I'm going to use the Lace of Destiny Oracle deck. And then I'm going to use the Wizard's Tarot, my friends. So, Aries, let's get started, Aries. Aries energy, chaos. Jeez, you're a bundle, aren't you? Chaos energy. So either you're creating chaos, you're involved in chaos, you're about to create chaos. Oh, wow, that's like an intense energy. So maybe you're kind of intense. There could be something going on around you that feels really chaotic. All right, then. The energy outside of you is fish. Like, it's actually calm. So this is like the King of Diamonds. So that's like the King of Pentacles. So it's really, there's like a really stable energy outside of you, which is quite interesting. This card actually, I find it kind of intriguing because it's because of the suit that it has. It's like Pentacles, but it has the fish, and it reminds me of Pisces. It reminds me of a couple things. It reminds me of Pisces energy with the two fish. And then it reminds me of the fish in a Wild Unknown Oracle, which to me kind of talks about, you know, finding yourself in something that's a little bit confining. You've grown as far as you can in that, and then growing beyond that. So it's kind of like a very earthy and water element to me, that card. It's kind of somebody who I would describe as very practical, very steadfast, but also like not without being kind of dreamy and romantic, perhaps poetic, creative energy. Your higher forces. Because your card says higher forces too, these could just be things that you're dealing with currently that are even out of your control. So, okay, what do these two energies create? A garden. Well, that's nice. What's interesting? It's the Eight of Spades, which is the Eight of Swords, though, too. You know, I want to say there's some kind of bliss. Like, I would say that this energy outside of you is creating bliss, but you likely can't see it because of something that you're involved in or that you're doing. So when I ask of an energy outside of you, it's an energy that would, I mean, somehow it's either connected to you right now, or will be in the future. I'm not really so much asking for something in the past, unless it's creating something presently with you, right? I mean, I guess it's possible. Something from your past could be creating this, but you're involved with what this creation is. So somehow, yeah. So, you know, that's really interesting because it kind of looks like to me that there's a really stable, I'm hearing pragmatic. So a really stable pragmatic energy outside of you while you're kind of weathering a storm. It looks like weathering a storm. And what you can't see is sort of, I want to say, like shelter from the storm is being created. It's really intriguing, isn't it? Like, I kind of wonder, is this someone that you know right now? Is it someone you're working your way towards? Is it somebody that you're just a little distant from, and you've got some stuff that you need to deal with? And like, when you catch up to this energy, it's going to be really, really nice. Or is it someone that you're yet to meet, that is kind of like this energy for the future is how you kind of come together, which is interesting. It could specifically be like a garden setting. You could meet somebody in a garden where there's a fish pond. There you go. That's really specific. Could be for some of you. The bottom. Oh, this is a, look at, you have future. Passing time, future. You're just passing time in chaos. The future. There's something in the future here for you. Oh, this is very interesting. Okay, so let's go into the tarot. Oh, how did that? Why is judgment like that at the top? Not funny. After your pre-shuffle. Judgment in a tower is some sort of new beginning for you that's very blissful and peaceful in the future. So just weather the storm, whatever storm is going on for you right now. Weather that and find bliss, comfort, and peace. Future. There is another card. What is going on here? Why is the Four of Wands like that? Maybe that's part of this chaos energy. It's like some things are upright, some things are facing down, some things are upside down and around. Okay, I think it's tidied up now. So 3 cards for each. For you, the energy outside of you, what these 2 energies are creating. Okay, the first one you have for you is the 6 of Wands. Oh, yeah, you're mastering this chaos. You're doing a good job with the chaos. The Hermit. Well, this could be internal. What's going on here? Oh, and the Magician. Wow, what are you doing? Well, you might be the bit of a storm here. You kind of feel like some sort of big change. Like you're creating big change. It all feels pretty good though. I mean, you might be working behind the scenes on something here. This could just be energy too. Like you could be, I want to say, with the way this is showing up, particularly too, that this is kind of like a successful thing that you're doing. This is all good. You could be some sort of change that's coming through that's unexpected. And a lot of this is showing up right now, like energetically. There's some sort of change that you're inciting here energetically, and it's causing you to manifest. But because of the chaos, I almost feel as though you're the unexpected element that's come into something. It was really powerful. It's actually, to me, creation. I always think of chaos as the unpredictable. You know, it's what causes things to evolve and explode. Like you think of space and just existence. Like there's so much scientific, everything can kind of fit into a scientific pattern and then, or a predictable pattern. And all of a sudden, boom, this asteroid comes in and this new element like water is added to a planet from an asteroid. And it's completely unexpected. It was on a certain course, another planet crossed it, it changed the gravitational pull and it comes in and it's just like, whoa, what is that? And then life is created, right? Like that's how I kind of see chaos. It's usually like initially it's like, ouch, man, that was unexpected. You know, I could put a whole planet under a cloud of dust. But what's just interesting, just talking about like that, the water element and like it creates life and fish. So, say, okay, this energy outside of you is the 8 of Cups. Wow, the King of Cups. This is a very, very watery energy, but stable. And it's coming up like, right? King of Pentacles, King of Cups here. And the 2 of Wands. Okay, this is somebody who's kind of focused on their own internal storm. So, it was funny. It's funny because you are like a storm. But this energy has got its own kind of storm and it's trying not to... Are you the chaos? Are you the chaos, Aries? It's like looking back. Oh my gosh. That's chaos. I'm not going over there. That's chaos. I need to find stability and balance over here. All right. What's going on between the two? Oh, you got the Empress with the garden. Oh my God. That's really beautiful. Okay. Isn't it funny how this... Oh, but the 3 of Swords. There's the Storm and the Fool. Oh my goodness. I don't know how these two energies are related, but I will say they kind of reflect each other, like your energy and this energy outside of you. They kind of reflect each other in their own unique way, like but by using things differently. Wow, you are the catalyst of change here. Shit. You are, I would just say, like, kind of unexpected, unpredictable. But the energies that you work in, right, with the Hermit and the Magician and the Six of Wands, you definitely like have some sort of internal knowing, and you manifest with that, regardless of what the cosmos may or may not agree with. And I say cosmos, it could be like too, like energy bodies around you, like other people, because you would find the Empress in the garden, correct, right? The Empress in the garden, it just seems so beautiful and peaceful. And then here comes the storm, and it's the Three of Swords. But what does it do? It creates new life, the Fool. So I'm not really sure what you do, and specifically, but energetically here, yeah, you are the asteroid that crashes into the planet and changes everything. This energy outside of you is almost looks at you with fear. This, okay, look at this the way, okay, I'm going to show you that card. And the way that card is laying on the table, he's looking over at you and what's being created. I think the interpretation of what sort of change is going on here could be very different between you and someone else. Because, right, like this person is looking back, but oh my God, the waves crashing in. It's almost like the after effect of this asteroid. This asteroid coming in, and the waves are this storm. You're like a storm. But you're not feeling the storm. You're almost like in the center of your own storm. Right? Look at this. Very, very calm. I mean, there's a lot of energy here, but it's just sort of like this magic element of energy. The windows blow open, the papers fly around, everything changes. And then this energy outside of you looks, you know, after it gets hit by these waves, these shock waves of change, it kind of gets lost into the past here. So maybe it is someone from your past. Like it just looks like it's just sort of lost in the past and not focusing on the opportunities coming forward. Interesting. Five of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. Wow, you really are like an element of change and chaos here, but in like the purest form of creation. It's like, well, this is a cold, stark environment. It's almost a sense of boredom or something that comes in there. The future, passing of time, the future. You know, I feel like this reading for you is more like almost like defining you as an energetic element. I mean, maybe it is something that you're specifically going through right now. But wow. I mean, too, the other thing with this reading, particularly like your cards and the energy that's being created, is a lot of major arcana. So it's almost like the inevitable change, this unexpected meteor, asteroid that comes crashing into a planet and seems like at first it destroys everything, but then once the dust settles, life is born. It's really kind of poetic. And it is sort of, I want to say that it's fire. Like, there you are, a little fireball baby. And like just kind of spinning out like this, almost like an asteroid. The initial creation of something. The Big Bang. The supernova of a sun. So you are chaos. The Hierophant, the Moon, and the Nine of Wands. It's the energy of like changing the system, with the Hierophant and the Moon. But the Nine of Wands, it's not easy. This is a lot. It's very difficult. It could be, but maybe this is a difficult system to change. I mean, okay, so even just like kind of the way I see this energy too, the moon is the unbridled part of all of us too, you know, like it's described as feminine, but the feminine energy is sort of like the wind that moves, the things that happen that are like nature and forces that, you know, really cannot be tamed. And it almost is like when something is unbreakable, there is a wind, a force of you that breaks it down. But this is so internalized. It's quite interesting. That's the part that really I find fascinating here, right? Like there's no real action that is shown here. That is mostly an internal action of manifestation. Where's the squirrels? Larry must be out on the... Oh, yeah, there he is. Hi, Boober. Is he here? He's out the window. The squirrels are mad at you. Good for you. Yeah, you tell them. He'll sit under the trees and he'll talk to them. And the birds too, like... He's like begging them to come down into his mouth. I'm gonna do that. He's an Aries. Larry's an Aries. And look at the chaos he just created in the trees. He's like, I'm just being me, man. And everybody's freaking out. Six of Wands. Four of Pentacles. This is like when forces are immovable, something you do something. I don't know what it is that you do. I guess you all have something unique that you do here. But when forces are immovable, like when something has become stagnant, when you even, like when even I want to say maybe things are limited to you, there's almost like the energy, like it's like I'm seeing like a nuclear, like fusion or something taking place here. Holding tight is successful, but the Hermit, what is this chaos? I mean, look at this. The Seven of Wands, the Ten of Swords. Wow. Okay, this could even be describing like your own rebirth in some form here. So the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Swords. So this is keeping things at bay. And I get that energy too with here. Like, right, this Nine of Wands, keeping things at bay, keeping things at arm's length while the nuclear fusion takes place. While the dust settles and some sort of new life is reborn, right? In the Ten of Swords. The Magician. You're protecting your energy. This, wow, you are about to explode. The Strength in the Five of Wands. It's almost like pressure is pushing in on you and holding it all back. I can hardly wait to read the comments on this one. This is resonating because this is so intriguing. Holding back the competition, holding back, like, what is it you do? You're doing something very magical here. All right, over here, we have the Fish, which is like the King of Pentacles. Okay, now that's really interesting. So, okay. It pulled out the Eight of Swords. So that energy can't see the garden, right? And the garden has got the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Spades. It's something kind of beautiful that can't be seen. Justice. It cannot see this. It cannot see this balance. This is fascinating. So you Can you see the garden that you were creating? Whether in your mind's eye or in some form of reality. And the garden to me is just like, this is a place of peace. This is a place of bounty. This is a place of protection. This is a beautiful place of solitude, rhythm, nature, like everything flows here. Happiness, joy, relaxation. This energy is really watery. Practical and watery, practical and emotional, intuitive, dreamy. The Eight of Cups. The Emperor and the Queen of Cups. Okay, but see, like this Eight of Cups is like looking at you. This energy loves you. This energy loves you, but it's not looking at you. Why? Some sort of unseen justice here. Some sort of justice that it cannot see. This energy doesn't know you. This energy doesn't know you, Aries, but it loves you. It doesn't understand. I don't know what it is. It's really fascinating. But this energy loves you. That's all I can say. But it's not like it won't. It's trying not to look. It's honestly trying not to look. You're almost, I want to say, like a sexy train wreck. It's like, because this is what I'm pulling out here, right? Like, it's insane. And it's just like, wow, that was unexpected. That's a mess. But then, okay, barring any loss of life, because really that's a horrible thing when that happens. But when you think of a train wreck, if something happens, typically when we had structures that worked really well, but typically if something like that would happen, what would we do? We would realize, you know what, it's probably a good idea to have gate crossings at train and road intersections. Like when chaos happens and things explode, initially it seems like, oh my gosh, that's a lot to take in. That's horrible. That's terrible. That shouldn't have happened. But then when we look at it, we go, okay, wait a second. We can do something here. It's showing us that something wasn't right. Something, we didn't set something up right. We weren't seeing the risk or the need for some sort of change. So we put gate crossings, right? That's interesting. You're like the chaotic, sexy train wreck. The King of Cups. Wow, see? All this, see, I told you, this person has a lot of feelings. You're like, you do something to this person, like, you cause a lot of emotional intensity. Even this King of Cups, like, I'm looking at his face, and it's almost like a deer in headlights. Like, holy shit. I don't know what you've done here. What are you doing? The King of Cups. The Four of Swords. Oh yeah, it's trying to calm the storm. This person is trying to calm the storm. Who is this? Somebody you just met? Somebody you left an impression on? I don't know. They're trying to calm the storm, the emotional storm that you create within them. Holy crap. The Two of Wands. The Two of Cups. This person definitely is dreaming of you with the Two of Wands. And that. There's something that they're waiting for. Maybe there's something that this person has to do. I don't know. All I know is how you've affected them. Now the garden. The energy between this garden, which is the Eight of Spades, which is like the Eight of Swords. Temperance and the Eight of Cups. Waiting. There's like a meeting point here of peace, but the Eight of Cups is over there with them, right? The garden. Walked away, but walked away from the garden. The Empress. Wow, the Empress and the Emperor. I'm just picking up on that. The Queen of Swords. The Three of Swords. The Six of Cups. Some sort of heartbreak for someone from your past. Ow, that was trying... Oh, the Nine of Swords. Wow. The mind cannot grapple with the feelings one has. That feels like the Fool. A fresh start. A leap of faith. Eight of Pentacles. The Five of Swords. And the Page of Cups. Well, it's just like not putting in any more work. Removing oneself from work. Dipping into one's emotional storm. Honestly, I feel like it's kind of like that. Like this energy outside of you. This emotional storm. You've created an emotional storm. Oh, baby. Got the Queen of Cups, the Two of Wands, and the Chariot. Yeah. Well, look at you, Aries. You've done something to somebody here. And it's almost like you're like, I'm just doing me, man. I'm just, hanging out. So I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended Aries, I'm going to continue to pull cards. I'm just going to keep pulling cards from the same decks and just kind of see how things kind of move along, how these energies move along. There you go, energy Aries. Aries.